What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. Joining me as always is the Muse, Justin Kyle. Say hello everyone, Justin.
Hello everyone.
Yes, and of course, I'm the Tech, Mitchell Wright. We're coming at you here with our Comic-Con 2016 review. We're going to take a peek at all the movies and news and whatnot that we feel is pertinent that has dropped and give you our thoughts on it. So before I go on anymore, and as I always do, I look to you, good Muse, and say, Justin, give it to me. What you got?
Well, there's a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off talking about the Justice League trailer, the Justice League footage.
Okay.
So we both have watched it, I believe, at this point.
Yes.
There are some things that look really cool, like that one shot of Aquaman standing on the mountain in the waves. I was like, that is sick, right? Because that looked all practical. So I'm wondering how they did that. Overall, at this point, and I am a little biased, shame on me for this, but I just feel like I'm holding my breath until I see more footage or a full-length trailer, just because Batman v Superman was a debacle in my eyes. Not only was it hugely Warner Brothers' fault, but a lot of it, in my opinion, was Zack Snyder's fault. So it looks good, it looks promising, but that's where I'm at about it right now.
Okay. I am not as skeptical and wounded as necessarily as you are, the Muse. I am cautious. I did enjoy the whole Bruce Wayne, Barry Allen scene that we got. I think the Flash is definitely, Barry Allen's going to be our comic relief.
Right.
They looked well played. There seems to be a little more banter. It's a little lighter than definitely Batman versus Superman, so I think that's good to see. You can kind of see a rapport and a bond building, so that's promising. Shots look awesome. CGI looks awesome. Costumes look awesome. I've got no real problems with that. Hopefully it is merely presented and executed correctly. That is the biggest problem that was with Batman vs. Superman for me. I do not feel that the film was executed properly, and so you felt very drug along, and it felt very just monodrone, dark, and kind of,
Lifeless.
Yeah, lifeless at points. So I am cautiously optimistic, but very cautious.
So the Barry Allen scene, that was funny. I'll give it that, and I'm glad that they were showing that, because I think that directly has to, and they're listening to the fans with exactly what you just said. It was lifeless, pretty much. So that was the highlight of it for me, pretty much, the Barry Allen.
Absolutely. Moving along, the next one I'd kind of like to talk about is Kong Skull Island. Now, given that there was a Kong movie not long ago, honestly, when I first heard about this, I was just like, oh, great, another King Kong movie. But after watching the trailer, I'm actually interested now. Am I overly interested? No. But am I interested? Yes. It's got a fantastic cast. John Goodman. It's got Samuel L. Jackson. And then, of course, one of Justin's favorites. Give it to me, Justin. Who is it?
One of my favorites?
Come on, Loki.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
I am a Tom Hiddleston fan, yes.
And, we didn't see a whole lot of acting from his character, we saw more Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman, which is interesting to me. But great opening as far as it goes. Getting over the island and that tree just impaling that helicopter, and then from there on out, it just looks like it's like all-out war on the island. Right. Man against island and monster, and so I think it was done well. I would definitely have given this trailer at least an 8.5 or not more. They had the music, they had the scenes, they had the money shot. They left a lot to be known. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for that one.
Yeah, you know they don't head as far as reviewing the trailer. The number one thing that gets me excited about this is not necessarily the trailer itself, but the thought of, and I think the movie after this that they're playing is Kong versus Godzilla. So that is why he's so much bigger than the Peter Jackson version of Godzilla. I mean, this guy is not playing around. He's the new kid on the block. He's here to show who the alpha male is. And for that Kong versus the Godzilla we just had, it is going to be an epic throwdown like we've never seen before.
Oh, my.
Never seen before.
Because they tease his size, and I think 2 or 3 shots. Number one, when the helicopter flying and it shows his feet, and then at the end, when he shows up and his head is like takes up the entire screen. So he would have to be at least that big to throw down with the skyscraper size that is Godzilla. And what's interesting is, looking based on his size, and just from the first trailer, if I knew who they were to fight right now, I don't know who to win.
No.
And that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. It's like the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
I like how you kind of looked into the future there, and actually made me a little more anxious to see this. So yeah,
that's the whole reason why they're doing this. Is because I think the next one is going to be Kong vs. Godzilla. So it's going to be crazy.
All right, Muse. What would you like to talk about next?
Now, so far, my favorite thing that I've seen from this Comic-Con is the newest Doctor Strange trailer.
Right.
It looked awesome. So, to me. So, they threw out, we talked about this in our review last time, it's the vibe I kept referring to was Inception. I still get that, but it's not in the sense that I think they're copying Inception. It's fitting, even if Inception never existed, because of the subject material, it would have had these vibes to it.
Right.
So... that's just the closest thing I can refer it to. I did notice that in this trailer they released, I did like this trailer better than the first one to start off, overall. Now, in the first one, I was a little worried, if you go back and watch our video, about Benedict Cumberbatch's accent. When he's saying things like chakras. In this one, he sounds exactly like Benedict Cumberbatch does. Like, I didn't hear any of that in this one. He sounded just like he always has to me personally. Mads Mikkelsen looks dope. Tilda Swinton looks awesome. One of my favorite shots is when they're walking backwards, and I guess he hits that like mirror-esque portal, and then he starts coming underneath it. I am really excited about this movie. This comes out this year, right?
Yeah.
This could be up there with Suicide Squad. This could be a movie for the year.
Absolutely. Visually, it's beautiful. It's got a fantastic cast. I really don't have a whole lot more I can add on to what you said. I do like that there is a little humor and rapport between Chiwetel Ejiofor and Benedict Cumberbatch. There, definitely at the end where he's like, "What is this, my mantra?" And he goes, "No, it's the Wi-Fi password. We're not savages."
Right.
So like any good Marvel movie, it's got some banter and some rapport. And
right.
I'm glad that it's not all just straight, lifeless seriousness like the mistake DC made. So keep it up, keep going, and this is definitely, like you said, one up there with Suicide Squad to see.
That is correct.
I'm gonna move along to the last trailer that I know that we get to see online, and that was Wonder Woman. And I'm sorry, for my money, this looks like a fantastic movie. Chris Pine kind of seems like he's going to be somewhat of your straight man and a little bit of your comic relief. in certain parts. The tone does seem very serious, but I love that, like Captain America, first movie was, you're going back in time. And to see her fight it out during World War II, it just looks stunning as far as visual.
Yes.
The acting felt very spot on. I didn't feel like anybody was trying to oversell it at any point. At the end, it did show some moments of humor with his assistant, who she was like, "That sounds like slavery where I come from,"
Right.
So DC apparently is learning from their mistakes.
Right.
This trailer very much has me ready to see this movie, excited to see this movie, and even after hearing that they kept the Wonder Woman score that they had, I'm not as cold to it and feel off-put by it anymore. After kind of seeing her fight and where she's from and everything, I'm like, okay, yeah, that does kind of fit.
So I'm really glad you brought that up, because I wasn't even thinking about bringing that up, but now that that was a good hitting point. So at the end of this trailer, because of the footage that they showed, like the gritty, practical, hardcore effects, it seems a lot more fitting to me than like a random shot of her flying down with nothing but green screen behind her. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It happened in this Batman v Superman. So yeah, I feel like if it's going to be used better, that's going to make all of the difference. Because the number one thing for that in the movie, it just seemed awkward when they used it. Like, it seemed out of place.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it was a bad score. It was a little weird to start off with, but it just seemed, it just showed Gal Gadot, and then you could tell nothing but CGI behind her. So it was just kind of like off-putting a little bit. Everything else you nailed on the head. The action looks great. It looks the majority of it looks practical with wire work, which is good. It's not CGI.
Right.
The funniness, Chris Pine, I think he's going to do good. Gal Gadot. The director said whenever they were talking about this that she is Wonder Woman. Did you get that vibe after this trailer? Like,
absolutely.
Okay, good.
I feel she is very much Wonder Woman. She will continue to be Wonder Woman, and I have no problems selling into it or buying into it, or however you want to say it. It is what it is, and I'm extremely pleased with the portrayal.
I think that's the best thing they could have done, because when she was first cast, there were a lot of haters and naysayers that she was not going to be good, that they miscast her.
She's very strong. She's very strong as far as the role. So,
right.
Agreed. All right, moving along. That is all the trailers that we've actually got to see so far online. Now, Muse, you mentioned one that, or you mentioned two that we have not yet got to see. One of them, Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2, supposedly just won over Hall H at Comic-Con, and there were standing ovations. There were some reveals and whatnot in it, some spoilers. I did not read into them. I kind of try not to read into them until it's actually released to me in a trailer. But I can't see how James Gunn and the crew would ever fail us, given the first one. So I think we are both anxiously awaiting that one as well.
That's correct.
And then SpiderMan Homecoming was also a teaser trailer was dropped at Comic-Con. And reading on Geek Tyrant, who I frequent once in a while, said that it was just to perfection. Said that it got, great applause, looks really polished, excited, really bringing in the Marvel franchise and everything. It said, as far as Spider-Man into puberty is one of the words he used. So I don't know if we're getting a look at a more coming of age Spider-Man or what, but anxious to see those when they come out. And then you said that there was a mention about Joss Whedon in a movie he was interested in doing.
Joss Whedon said, I think he said that he would be interested in directing a Black Widow movie. So, Joss Whedon, he gave us, in my opinion, and wrote, so literally he gave us, not just directed, but wrote, the greatest superhero film of all time. That would be the first Avengers. Right. He also wrote and directed the second Age of Ultron. But a lot of people don't give him enough credit overall for what he's done for Marvel, because he was actually ghostwriters on several other pictures. Right. And he would go in and he would do corrections on other movies that he wasn't directing. So the importance and the significance of his role in the overall MCU, I think, is understated sometimes. I kind of feel bad for him, because at the end of writing and then directing 2 Avengers movies, I think it would drive anyone bonkers. Like, they would be bald. They'd have to be, admitted into an insane asylum. They have to be given heavy doses of Ativan to calm down.
Great Scott!
If anyone would do this and knock it out of the park, especially with the character of Black Widow, not to mention her dialogue, it would be Joss Whedon. He's known for his witty dialogue. We know he can do action. We know he likes doing strength females. Look at his past.
Yep.
He would be the perfect director for this.
Absolutely. And I think anyone out there would definitely be anxious to watch this, especially a Black Widow fest, as it would be. I know many of you out there cannot get enough of Miss Johansson.
That's correct.
Yes, I see that look on your face. All right.
So, yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
Did you want to mention the Hulk armor in Thor Ragnarok?
Yes. That's a great follow-up. Actually, we have 2 more things I forgot to follow up on. There is the Thor Ragnarok Hulk armor, the Spartan armor that they released. It is a shoulder piece. It is a Spartan helmet, and then there is a mace, which that thing looks sick, and an axe. And I know a lot of people have been like, yeah, the Thor movies are cool and everything. Okay. How awesome is this movie going to be with Thor and Hulk both in it, and Hulk beefed up in armor going toe-to-toe with the creatures of the many realms in Thor's neck of the universe, man. I mean, it's... If that doesn't get you excited to see this movie, or curious or anxious to see this movie, you need to go back and reread your grails of comic lore, because you don't wear the geek title real well.
Yeah, you were not a geek. Get out of here.
So, go
ahead.
No.
Well, I was just gonna say you nailed it on the head. As far as how excited geeks are going to be about this, I have a feeling when they release a trailer, and if they do this correctly, I feel like they should do, like with their trailers, kind of what Suicide Squad has done for the Joker. He's been like the number one thing that they knew everyone was looking forward to, and they gave us just a little taste of it. Just put a little something in our mouth, and we were like, oh my god. So imagine the teaser trailer for Thor Ragnarok, and it just shows like Hulk in his armor, like walking out to an arena or something like that.
Yep. Tease it well, do it right, and you'll have us eating out of the palm of your hand, that's for sure. And then one final Marvel bit of news. Captain Marvel has been cast, and it is Brie Larson. Now, she looks the part as far as that goes, as far as the comic character and whatnot. I know a lot of us wanted Katie Sackhoff, and yes, that would have been awesome, and maybe I have a little crush on Sackhoff and whatnot. Hi, Katie. But Brie, the ball's in your court to win us over. Not going to be skeptical at all. Going to wait to see what they've got ahead. Wait to see her as the part, and congratulations, and do us proud.
That's correct.
That's right.
So, Brie Larson, she was in Room, which she won the Academy Award for 2015. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that movie, Room?
No.
Yeah. It's a hard movie to watch. It's one of those that's really, really sad but inspiring at the same time. It's hard to compare it to anything else, but she is a unbelievably talented actress.
Nice.
Unbelievably. Just from that one performance. It's the only thing I've ever seen. But giving that performance, I'm like, yep, she's got the gift. She's got the goods. So, and she does, like you said, she looks the part. So, I'm with you. I think Katie Sackhoff would have been perfect. Mm. Like, she would have been perfect, but, we'll see.
Yeah. And for movies like The Room and Water for Elephants and all that other stuff, that's why I have you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it!
You just let me know about it. Folks, that's the show, our Comic-Con review. I have one, though, final closing little tidbit for your geek knowledge. It has come to my awareness or attention that the Last VCR is going to be manufactured this month. After years of years running, Funai, which makes VCRs under the Sanyo name, is going to manufacture the very last VCR. Brand new one on the face of this earth this month. So it's had a long run. Been around since, 70s? Yeah. Somewhere in the 70s. So it's been a great run. It's been a great friendship. But it's time to move on. You will be missed. Yep. And then the Muse. Yep. I'm not that old, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember growing up with some VCR, some classic. I had Con Air on VCR, and I would watch that back in middle school. I was like, man, how cool is this?
Middle school. I don't want to hear that. I was in college.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, that is your episode for today. Again, check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like, comment, holler at us. Let us know what you want to see. If you don't like Facebook, find us on Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix, Flix. Give us a follow, troll, whatever you want to do. Get in contact with us. Build a rapport. We can have you on a Geek Speak, which, of course, is always on YouTube, where you find all of this. And I think we're just about at 60 videos now. I say 50 plus, and I'm going to stay at 50 plus, but we're real close to 60 videos, all for your viewing enjoyment. And I do stress enjoyment. And if you don't enjoy them, Justin, again, will show up at your house with bread and a butter knife and make you a sandwich and watch videos with you.
You know why that's not funny? Because he's not kidding.
No. He'll really do it. And if you don't enjoy them after that, just watch the last few verses and you'll find out why during a verses that you should never doubt this man and the seriousness of the matter at hand.
Yeah, you ever seen that movie 7?
Yeah.
I'm just asking a question.
Keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. All right. Well, as I always do, I want to thank you all for hanging around and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors. So we're going to catch you next time. Good night.
Does it look like I just woke up? Because I did.
Yep.
Like, obviously woke up?
Yep.
He went to power in place. Power in place.
Mm-hmm.
Power in place.
Mm-hmm.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Don't dream it's over. I can hear you peeing.
I think right now, moving forward, you should only refer to me as 49 Cent.
No. I'm not doing that. Did you change hats?
No.
When did you change hats?
You don't know this? I've changed hats 3 times during the filming of this video.
Ha! You changed again, you dork. So what's new? Don't do it. I saw that. You are extreme disappointment right now. Hey, I've got a song for you.
Some people call me the space cowboy.
we did great.
Indeed.
And you did great too, audience.